All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the secret Daniken living on your StreamYard. So we've got two very special guests, friends of mine. We've got Dani next to me, and wait, that way. And then we've got Kenny. They are the dynamic duo of cichlids in the Portland area, and many other fish too.
Yeah.
But they are here to join me today, and I thank you very much for your time. I'm just plugging in one light that I forgot to turn on.
Thanks for having us. We're glad to be here, man.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't checked out their channel, definitely do so, everybody. All right, so let me get squared away where I'm not wandering all over. I don't know. I get the antsy feet sometimes and feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing more than just talking, and then I realize.
I was going to say, Alex, don't let us take you out of your norm, dude. I mean, everybody loves you because you are so animated and moving all the time.
All right, so let's start this off with something easy, a nice little softball question, which is, what's your guys' social security numbers? No. So you guys live down in Oregon, yeah? The Portland area?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So you guys are near the wet spot, which a lot of people will know and love, and envy. I envy.
Everybody says that, but if you live here, it's not a good thing because you're always going there and spending money, man.
Right. It's like moving in next to like your dealer or the casino that you gamble at or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Also, I was going to say I'm getting better, but pardon my puffy face today. Still got the whole allergy issue. I think the trees are conspiring to kill me right now. Oh, and I see we have a very special super chat from Pepplin Creek Aquatics of 420 saying, great guest for the holiday. Thank you, Pepplin.
For the holiday.
It is quite the holiday in the Northwest, it seems like some years out here, you know. Let's see. All right. And it looks like we've got plenty of familiar faces starting to come in here now, filtering their way in. It always takes about 10 minutes, it seems like, before we get to the, the people start seeing the notifications and things, the way YouTube seems to work these days. But so where do you guys want to start off? Who wants to go first about how you got into this thing or what's going on?
Go ahead, Dani.
Okay, so we as a couple have kept fish we've been married 32 years and basically we've been keeping fish 32 years. We saw a fish tank over at our friend's house and it really got us interested in keeping fish again. And so we just went to hog wild and a grinning, and pretty soon our whole house was filled with fish tanks. And then we kind of got out of it for a little while after a big catastrophe. Heaters went kaplooey and cooked my fish. That was fun. No, not at all. So we shut down all the tanks and we gave up for a little while. And then I said, Kenny, I really want a fish tank back. I want one right here by the bed. I want it to be a 75-gallon.
Oh, man.
And so he's like, okay. And so he went and he bought me a 75-gallon. I got it all set up. And now we have 70 fish tanks.
So he misheard you. He heard 75 fish tanks.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, the problem is because we're both into the hobby, we're both enablers.
Right. Nobody's going to pump the brakes there, right? You have children, though, right?
Yeah, they think we're hoarders.
Okay, I was going to say, what's their opinion of this situation? Because, I mean, if it's a happy household, then, just put a hose in the chimney and call it good. Fill it up.
They made us make a list of contacts so when we die, they know who to get a hold of to get rid of all the tanks.
I mean, as comical as that is, that's not a bad idea. For anybody, you never know what could happen, even if you just get hurt or something. I should do that. Come up with, you could assume your fish club would take care of it if you're a member or something. But to people out there who have a lot of fish or specialized fish, that's not a bad idea to kind of have it in your head who are a few folks that you'd want to take that on if something happened. But
well, and I also write the scientific name on the bottom of each tank in
you better go over to that tank that Kenny was with, the soda pop
I know,
fish.
I haven't written it on that. Those are still a little too new.
We'll have to show those in a while, but yeah, that's a great idea too, to write the names on things, especially that many tanks, man. Yeah, you need to. So
well, I think she does it more for me because I'm always butchering names.
So, were you guys both into keeping fish as kids also? Do you have like fish bowls? Mm-hmm. That kind of thing?
Fish bowls with like a bullhead and, you know, baby perch and stuff like that.
He had a
really?
trough. He had a trough, a horse trough.
That's really cool. I mean, that's native fish keeping right there. That before its time. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, bullheads are studs, man. They'll eat anything thrown in their tank, and I think they could live through nuclear war.
Yeah, those ones. You know, the other one that I've kept as a kid was northern pike minnows, or the incorrect name now that we're not supposed to say, which is squawfish.
Right.
Man, those things they can be in 100-degree water. They can be in frozen water. I mean, they're just tough little buggers, and they smell terrible.
Yeah, I could imagine keeping them as a pet.
Yeah, they get big too. I mean, you know, for a pet. But
I used to catch crawdads.
Oh yeah, those and the little periwinkle things. I don't know what those are. Caddisflies, is that what they are?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually have a friend, and for like 30 years he's been perfecting it. But he puts gold, and he buys jewel tailings from like gem cutters that are like flawed corners of sapphires and opals and things, and he puts only that material in their tank, and then they make their cocoon out of those jewels and gold, and it makes these little pendants that he turns into necklaces or a ring or whatever, but they're assembled by the caddisfly larva, and they actually like make kind of designs, like they try to select, you know, like red, like all red or all green, or some are just insane and others are like striped. It's kind of interesting. So
I used to catch them when I was a kid. They were fascinating to me when in the rivers down here. Oh my gosh, I loved going and collecting those things.
Yeah. So are you from Oregon originally then too, Dani? Okay. Yeah. And then Kenny, where are you from originally?
I'm from Rockford, Illinois, and then spent my summers at a dairy farm in Colfax, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. All right. So both from cooler climate places as far as the native fish selection goes. Then.
Oh, yeah. River darters.
Yeah.
Stickleback. Stuff like that.
Love the stickleback. Here in the Northwest, up in Seattle. So, yeah, we've got a lot of the sticklebacks. You know, it's cool if you go up into Canada, like right on the border areas, there's like 5 or 6 species of sticklebacks that went up the Fraser River and then branched off like naturally. And there's just different kinds. If you've got a muddy tank or a muddy lake, there's one kind. If you got a crystal clear glacier fed one, you got another kind. They're really interesting. But where can people find you guys if they would like to watch more of what they like seeing today, if they have fun?
Well, we are Daniken Aquatics on YouTube. I'm also Daniken Aquatics on Facebook, and I also have Daniken Aquatics on Instagram.
Great.
And we will be, I've already secured website domain names. We are going to have DanikenAquatics.com.net and shop. So
wow. All right.
Yep.
So is the end goal there to ideally have a store kind of thing, you know, or you know, a business from the home, or a store? I mean, eventually, or
down the road. I mean, more than anything. I mean, if anybody that breeds fish knows that you're constantly looking to you're always fighting tank space.
Yeah.
So I figured if it's another avenue to help me get rid of some of the fish we bred, hey, perfect. You know?
Yeah, for sure. So as it is now, do you sell if people see something and they're like, oh, I really want that? Like, can they get a hold of you?
What I've done for that now, I've sold several just off of I would sell you some, and then I give them my PayPal account. They dump the money in there, and away we go.
Right.
So
and then
Dani and I,
a bag, unmarked brown paper bag.
Yeah.
All right.
We actually do ship fish. We've already got that down. We were taught by a good friend of ours, John, and I've shipped quite a few fish this year already. So
right on.
I did learn not to ship corridoras, though.
Oh,
yeah,
the poisoning?
never. Yeah, I won't ever ship those again. Never.
Yeah, that can be rough. Eric Thomas, I'm trying to get onto my show. He's the guy who did the research essentially on it, like the last decade and a half or so. But he came to the Seattle Aquarium Society and gave a lecture about them doing that. And just if people don't know what we're talking about, corridoras have a venom gland under their armpit and under their pectoral fin. Armpit to me, but if they're scared, they can either release a cloud of this kind of clearish, milky stuff, and sometimes it'll foam up the water, even if it's a small container. And then what that'll do is that actually can kill themselves and the other fish in a confined area. So if you're shipping corries, in theory, you really want to make sure that you've scared them nice and good in about a half gallon or more of water, and then toss that water out. And then once they've been calm a while, do a quick transition into another bag. But they also have spines too, like any catfish. Hence me saying venom rather than poison, because they do have the ability. It's a V-shaped bone in their pectoral ray that they can actually prick you with it and inject that rather than.
We've been pricked a few times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I've gotten them tangled up in nets before, and that's why I went and saw the talk. Was I didn't know that was a thing until about a month before the talk was listed locally. But I had just grabbed the net and tried to unwrangle him, and it was a stir-by corridora, and he got me good. He got like I thought, man, that was a sharp little poke, and then within 15 or 20 minutes, my whole thumb was throbbing.
I was going to say they whack a punch.
Yeah. So people don't necessarily expect it from such a cute, dopey little fish, but they are.
Yeah, I had no idea about that when we shipped them. I had zero.
Yeah, well, and the interesting thing is they've evolved. They're doing more research now, and I'm gonna try to get him to clarify it all. Eric Thomas, the guy who's the expert on their venom, but he's thinking though that every single species he's looked at has some sort of unpleasant chemical that they release from a gland there. Some are straight up neurotoxins and things similar to like snake venom and stuff like that, but others are a lot less harsh, but they all have something up their sleeve, it seems. And there's so many different ones. Some affect like the blood, some affect nerves, it's crazy. So yeah, but all right, shipping corries, duly noted. We won't ask you for corries.
No, I mean, when we ship a fish, I mean, it really bums me out if my fish die. I mean, because we've raised them since they were this big, tiny little fry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know they're just fish, a lot of people think, but not our case. They're like a little part of our family that we're putting in shipping. So.
Oh man, yeah, I know the feeling. The hardest one for me, and it sounds funny, is when you get the little teeny fish like a Phoenix rasbora, the Mara rasbora. that one, I mean, those or Scarlet Baddis, it takes me so much work, especially with the Scarlet Baddis, to sex them, that selling a pair of those, I feel like there goes 8 months of my time, you know, by the time you can sell. And they're like this big, you know. So
they are tiny.
yeah. Well, wow, we got a big old super chat. Thank you so much, Alan. I really appreciate that. He says, by the way, the wet spot has Tatia mosaica, which is one of my very favorite fish. That is the little orca whale looking wood cat. And I had those a while back, and they died of Vibrio, I guess, bacteria, which real nasty thing that your fish rarely will catch, but if they do, it pretty much does your whole tank in. Yeah,
I've noticed in the last probably 2 years, 3 years since Cam took over that as the manager of the store. He is a catfish specialist. I mean, that's where his specialty is, and I've noticed all the different types of cats starting to work their way through the wet spot. It's kind of cool when somebody's influenced, you know.
Yeah. Because, I mean, obviously they were known for cichlids and the cichlid exchange and all that. They've got an incredible selection. But I've noticed that, the catfish and the eels, too. Like, every freshwater eel that I've ever heard of, they seem to have. So, and
they had
I haven't.
They had the freshwater Mories in there about 2 months ago. But then I started thinking, okay, I'm going to need to have 2 dumbbells on top of the lid to keep them in there, you know.
Yeah. And they're pricey, too. I mean, they're not the cheapest fish. How much were they there? Do you know?
Just under $200.
Yeah.
But they were crazy colors. I mean, awesome colors.
Aquatic Arts got some in, too, the leopard print ones. They're the rosette kinds, you know, with the yellowish, greenish markings that are kind of like concentric circles. And man, they were pretty, but yeah, they were like $199 each, and I think they were still pretty young, but that's one I want to try eventually, but you need some space.
They are super cool. But the other thing I'm wondering too is, are they true freshwater, or were they just loosely converted to, you know? That's the only thing I think you're getting into, is I think you're going to probably have to keep them a little brackish, even though they say they're freshwater.
Yeah. You know, that's so true with like pea puffers too, or not pea puffers, sorry, Bumble Bee Gobies. A lot of times they sell those, and there's about 13 species that are brackish or saltwater and freshwater, like some combination. And some of them just go downhill within 3 or 4 months, and they just die if they've collected the wrong kind. And that's one. It's sad for you as a fish keeper, but it's also kind of a bummer for the hobby just to kill a fish like that. You know, lead it to its death. But they do look very, very similar, all the different kinds. So. And I think they occur in some overlapping territories too. So let's see here. The other thing I saw was Father Fish was in here, and he mentioned that he got nailed by a Corridora and ended up in the hospital. It happened during the live stream. Yep. So yeah. No joke
we were on that live stream when it happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was that on his thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that his thumb? It went underneath the nail.
Oh,
he caught him just perfect and hit that right underneath the nail.
Ugh.
Yeah, everybody's like cringing.
Yeah, it's like the bamboo shoots under the nail or whatever. So I have a question for each of you, and you have to answer at the exact same time. No, so I have a question. What was your favorite fish 30 years ago, if you know? And then what is your favorite fish now? So let's let Kenny go first this time, because he looks not ready.
30 years ago, I would say it was probably a tiger Oscar.
Okay.
And today it would be the Paratilapia bleaker eye.
Great, cool. Those are both beautiful fish. Have you guys happened to see the Instagram account called like Brazil Oscars? They literally just show different collection points. Oscars and then different captive bred types. But man, I had no idea there were so many Oscar varieties now. It's just enough that they can post 3 or 4 a day and keep coming up with more content. All right, Dani, do you have anything thought up for that?
So my very first fish tank, and I know this is very cliche, but it was a little 10-gallon that my dad got me when I was really super ill. And he got it so that it could kind of take me away from the misery that I was in.
Yeah.
And he filled it full of neon tetras, and they were like little jewels in there. And I absolutely, to this day, I love neon tetras. I actually prefer cardinal tetras, but you know, I have some long fin of the neons right now that I got from Jason from Redfish Bluefish.
I was gonna say, I bet you got them from him, because I don't think I've ever seen them anywhere else in the States. So yeah.
So I've got some of those, but I guess I've kind of tossed up between a couple of fish that are my favorites. Holy Grail fish for me 30 years ago, and I finally have one, is the Synodontis angelicus.
Oh yeah.
I love those fish. And I'm really, really, really loving my little Altum angels. I'm just bonkers over those.
That's really cool that you guys got some of those. That's really neat.
Like, yay! Yeah. And then I love Discus. So
it looks like Kenny's got those on lockdown behind him, huh?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of Discus down there, and I've got a breeding pair of blue diamond in here.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah, but I haven't actually gotten them to have the babies. I need to remove some other fish, but they keep eating the eggs.
Gotcha. I have some quarries that I just moved into this tank right behind me, and they had been in another tank for 2 years. Like they're the orange and black Venezuelas ones, and they hadn't spawned. They hadn't spawned in forever, and earlier they were spawning every water change at one point. And now last night they spawned 120 eggs or so. And then this morning, another 80 eggs. And then midday, another 100 and some eggs.
Did you collect the eggs?
I collected them. Yeah, I've got them. I've got them up on the shelf. They are in with the, they're in an airstone and some methylene blue up here. So
nice.
But I've got Aspidoras in the same tank, and they're the Aspidora spilotus, the C125s, and I've never kept those before, so I'm wondering if one of the clutches might be them being triggered by the other.
Oh, could be. Because I heard that when the cories, they release some sort of hormone that actually activates or triggers other fish to breed.
Yes, yeah. The other thing is angelfish. If angelfish breed in a tank, I've had like cribs at the bottom of the tank breed like the same exact time. I've had cories set off from angelfish. I've had tetras set off from angelfish. So it's something in the water, as they say. Definitely.
You know, I watched a video of yours that was so fascinating, and it was so informative. And I'd always wondered, do planaria eat things and everything?
Oh.
And with the angelfish eggs that while you were videotaping that, I was blown away. Thank you so much for sharing that video, because it was awesome.
Yeah. I should have filmed it last night, but I actually had I have blue dream shrimp that are really, really blue from Lucas Brett's, and the pigment from them you can see in the stomach of the planaria.
Oh my gosh.
So the planaria turned like brilliant blue. Jeez. And usually the planaria just kind of go from clearish to kind of a pinkish or grayish color, like if they eat fish food or something. But I mean, these ones were literally on a dead shrimp. Like it looked like it had I don't think they killed it. It was a full adult shrimp, and there were about 4 or 5 of them on it, eating it, because I came in the middle of the night and turned the light on and found it. But yeah, they were bright blue. So that kind of surprised me, and I did a little Google search, and Chris Lucomp, the Shrimp King, as he calls himself, he has a picture of a red planaria, yellow planaria, and a blue planaria next to shrimp. Like he cut them out and put them all next to each other. So apparently that's a thing.
Yeah, I've actually started trying to get rid of the planaria in my shrimp tanks. Because
yeah, understandable.
Well, my population in my orange shrimps really declined, and then there was a whole bunch of planaria in there. Threw in the no planaria, and because it's a natural and it doesn't hurt the other things of the shrimp, it's nice and shrimp safe. So I put that no planaria in there, and it killed all of the planaria. And all of a sudden, bam! It just like my population exploded in there.
Yeah, I mean, the shrimp population did. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
After I killed all the planaria.
Okay, good. I thought you were saying at first that I put the no planaria in, and the planaria population just exploded. Okay.
No.
That's good. Yeah. The other thing I was curious, I have a question for you guys, because you guys probably breed more things with eggs that need to be separated than I generally do. How much methylene blue do you guys usually use, or do you use it?
Nope. We don't use it.
Don't use it? Yeah. My water, I get the egg rot so bad.
So,
okay.
Ken usually does the mouth brooders, and then he puts the female into a separate tank where she spits. He doesn't strip. He doesn't strip.
Yeah, I don't believe in stripping. I think that is, I don't know who developed stripping, but I so do not. Well, picture this. Here's a human being, and then some dude comes along and starts stripping the fetus out of the. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it, you know. But yeah, the females always let it. Yeah, I just think they do better if you leave them in a tank by themselves, let the babies be spit. Then mama is very, very good with the babies normally, and it gives her a chance to heal up, you know, get some weight back on her before you throw her back in the community tank.
Yeah, so. Well, and the other thing is that they're learning this with humans too, but now what they know for sure with fish like discus that they get almost all of their immune ability from their parents, from that initial feeding. Just like, you know, humans and breastfeeding / the birth canal, there's a whole bunch of immune functions that are involved that, you know, we're just now learning. Like, that's where you get your probiotics and stuff like that, you know, that you're going to have for your early life. Yeah, so all right, let's see here. I want to know, do you guys have something that you'd like to I'll turn over the screen to you guys, and is there something that, like, maybe one of you wants to show off something? Kenny, are you the mobile one actually?
I'm the mobile one, so I can show you a few of the cool tanks that we have.
All right.
I obviously, we don't have enough time for the whole house.
Yes.
But I'll just kind of spotlight some of the, you know, different, hard to find stuff that we have.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'll show you the discus tank, of course. Everybody seems to like the discus tank. So
yeah, we'd love to see the discus, maybe the bleaker eye.
Yeah, I got the Mudskippers in the same room, and I've got those ones I was showing you. I guarantee you that there's
the aluminum.
The alkalinus, I don't know how to say this. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Alkalapia alkalica.
There you go. What she said.
Mahi Kalaki. Sounds like a Hawaiian name mixed with the word alkaline.
Before I show them, I will talk briefly about them. These fish are so cool, guys. I mean, they're living, so you understand, of a pH 9.5 to 10.0. And right now we're keeping them at 90%, or excuse me, 90 degrees. And they are just super cool. And right now they just happen to be showing off breeding colors because I think the male wants
they're beautiful.
Let me get that back. Okay, there we go. Where'd he go? Now is he hiding?
There he is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, he's a little flared up because he wants to breed. But like I said, I was absolutely fascinated. I don't know if anybody, we do have a video on our Daniken that's from Ryan Mackey's fish room. and he's the gentleman I got these from. But just absolutely, when I shot that fish room, fell in love with these. And he actually bred them, so he was able to bring these for our last auction. And I snatched them right up, of course.
Are you guys doing your auctions again down there?
Yeah, we're live finally again.
Oh man, I'm so jealous.
Well, you could always come down to this next month. I'm the president of Greater Portland Aquarium Society.
Nice.
And we will be having our live event usually we go the second week of every month, that second Sunday, but this month we're doing it the third this next month because Mother's Day was going to fall on it. So yeah. Anyway, that's those guys, and then everybody seems to like these guys.
Are these African ones or are these Indian?
Yeah, these are African. To give you an idea, you've shook in my hand before, Alex, to give you the size of these guys.
Yeah. Oh man, you got some chunky ones.
Yeah, these boys are no joke. They're pretty good size.
And do they display the blue coloration then?
Yeah, he'll flash. They're really dominant when it comes to feeding time. But as you can tell, I call this one Jabba the Hutt. See him?
Yeah.
Food is not an issue for him getting. He's the dominant of the tank. Look at that little pouch he's got.
Man, he's like a walrus.
He's funny, dude. When the food is put out there like chipmunks, and they can actually store it in their side cheeks. And this guy actually looks like he looks like Jabba the Hutt when he is got them cheeks full. But this is that's 110 gallon.
Oh,
tall.
Nice.
But we will be, when we get the studio done, these guys are going to get upgraded to a 135 because I want them to have about another 1.5 foot or so of running space because that big male is starting to get where he's getting a little too aggressive. I mean, I've seen him actually smash the others against the tank a few times. I don't want him to start killing things.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny when you look at something that's so squishy and soft and goofy looking in an adorable way. It's amazing when you realize, oh wait, they can kill each other. Like they're,
You see, he's still got food jammed in there from last night. Yeah, you see how fat his little. He's just a little piglet, dude. I don't even know how he puts it all in there.
They look like Matt Groening cartoons, like The Simpsons or something with that.
Yeah, there's something else. So behind me, guys, is our 240-gallon discus tank. Dani did the scape on this. She's really into plants.
Man, those rainbows are beautiful.
Those are another one of my favorite fish.
Those are beautiful. Those are real mature. Are those albino variety?
Yeah.
We have both albino and regular in here.
Are those Bosemani albino or what are?
They're albino millennium.
Oh, millennium
rainbows, yeah.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen like firsthand any albino rainbow fish personally. They're just not popular up here, I guess.
Then these leopard snakeskins. I don't care what side of the tank I'm filming from. The minute they see a camera, they're absolute photo bombers every time.
Well,
these are leopard. Yeah, they're leopard snakeskins. These two, they absolutely love them. They've been palling around of late, so I would love to see these two pair off too. I don't know if it's a male and a female yet. But.
No ovipositor sighting?
Nope. Not yet.
Is it legal to be looking up skirts?
It's a holiday, Ken. Haven't you heard?
And this is our blue diamond.
Nice. Wow, that's really blue.
Yeah, that's like the breeding pair that I have up here. They look exactly like that.
And this poor guy was the odd man out, so that's why he ended up down here.
Is that a yellow eye on him?
It's more of almost an orange.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, what a nice contrast.
And this, of course, is our company mascots.
Yeah.
These are our Pigeon Bloods.
Yeah.
I got these from a nice lady by the name of Cindy Bunn. We've gotten a lot of cool stuff from her over the years. That's also where we got our Geophagus savannis from. Now that one there, Alex, you like morphs. Check that bad boy out. Little gold barb with the white face.
Oh, yeah.
I got 3 of them like that, so I'm hoping I can breed them and keep that coloration going because I dig it.
Yeah, that's cool. I call them creamsicles or something.
Oh, yeah.
Then this is the only discus we've named. This is Tony the Tiger. He's a tiger turquoise.
Wow. Yeah, look at those stripes. There's like 3-4 layers of coloration going on there. Wow. Got like the blue with then kind of a green center dot, and then the stripes, and then the, man.
And then somewhere in here, there's about 5 to 10, 15 of the Stirby Coreodora, but there's just way too much stuff for them to get into in here, so I very rarely see them anymore.
Well, just smash your hand at the bottom a few times, just on plants, and
yeah,
you'll find
see
one.
my discus start doing the dead man float.
So with that tank being so hot, the Cories and the rainbows all don't mind. That's fine.
No, as a matter of fact, the reason we put Stirby in there, Stirby actually prefer it warmer.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I didn't actually know that about those.
Now these are another species that we have you don't see every day that are cool Geophagus. This is a Geophagus saveni, or what these are called. Mm-hmm. Absolutely stunning geo.
Was that a Raphael catfish that went by?
Yep, I've got 3 or 4 Raphaels in here. Then these are another fish I got that you don't see every day in the hobby. These are some giant hatchet fish.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, here's my hand again to give you.
Wow.
I mean, these things are. Tank? This is another 135.
Wow, man, I'm so envious of all these giant tanks.
I'll tell you, it's
a lot of work, but.
Well, yeah, actually, I think a big tank's probably less work.
Well, I guess you're right. Like gallon per gallon, like 10 gallons is going to be more work than 100 gallon. But
well, if you guys are like me, you're constantly are multitasking. Yeah. So what's nice about a big tank like this, you can start the draining process, go get about 4 other projects done, and then about the time it's drained, you know.
Yeah.
And you got time to clean the glass and do the filters and all that. Where with a 10-gallon, I got to sit there. And first off, on most of the things she keeps in, I got to make sure I'm not sucking up in the hose, you know. Yeah, that's the one room I despise. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, this room. But, I mean, it's just racks and racks of 10 gallons. I mean, this is the only room I truly hate to actually do.
That's like my entire fish room right there. Like,
but these are another species we keep that I absolutely am obsessed with as well. These are the Exodons.
Yeah, those are
or
really
bucktooth tetra. Super cool fish. Absolutely love them.
Have you seen the butterfly barbs?
I have not.
Though, are they butterfly? Am I thinking of barbs or loaches? No, they're barbs. The barbs.
The T-barbs, are you referring to?
No. There's a barb called the butterfly barb, and I can't think of what its actual name is right now. But it has a big dot on the side like that, and then it has 3 dots instead of 2, but similar markings to that fish actually.
But this room here is pretty much my wife's little breeding room. This is kind of a cool little tank too right now. Let me see if I can find where you're keeping them. I don't know if y'all can see those on screen, Alex.
Oh yeah, those are Turkana.
Turkana jewels. Yep. Yeah. But anyway, we got 2 different pairs that have bred out on these, so we've got tons of little babies around right now. Awesome. These are super cool fish too. Hard to find in the hobby, but really, really cool.
Now, are those Central American?
African.
Oh, yep. Those are African. Okay. See, I'm not good with cichlids. Anything other than, well, I guess like stuff that lives in little pairs. You know, I've had small tanks since I was living with since I left my parents' place. I haven't had big tanks until, like, I don't know, 55 is the biggest tank I've owned since leaving now. So. Yeah. This
tank here, I always like to show my insane clown posse, I call these guys. Absolutely love them. Then I've got another Africa tank. This is what's called the big boy room. It's just basically, I mean, we've got tanks. We're out, like I said, we're in the process now of putting the house back together the right way so everything makes sense. Like all these big tanks will be in my studio.
Were these all your kids' rooms at one point?
Yep. So if you guys got kids... If you guys got kids that constantly want to come back home, here is the remedy to that. Well, if you got a sleeping bag and want to sleep next to a tank, you know, that's your choice.
You're sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, this was the first child to leave. We filled it up. Boom. He's not coming back. They're not coming back. So, and I'll take you guys up and show you some of the cool things on the upstairs.
My dad put a Bowflex in the room that I had growing up, and I was like, wow, you must really not want me back because you're never going to use that. And he never has either. But
this is one of our favorite tanks, too. This is a little Shelly tank she did. Now, we're thinking about putting the Shellys in another tank.
Is that like a 40 long or is that
that's
way bigger?
That's a 50 low boy.
Wow, that's cool. That's a neat size.
They got the little Similis going in here.
Are there like 1 million in there now?
No, we've only gained like 3 or 4, so we're a little disappointed.
Oh, interesting.
When we had the Signatus, they filled the tank quick.
Yeah, some of them are real prolific. I guess it all depends on your water too, and the species. And
if you guys are familiar, everybody talks about Bentley Pascal's.
Yeah. The Luke Roebuck original line of
these are the blue Moscows. Absolutely love these guys. We've got some of his guppies here, Lucas's, Corey's. Who else do we got in here? Jesse. So everybody thinks we're known for just big cichlids. We are known for everything. We got
those are the blue carries.
Oh yeah. I think it's just that the big cichlids are they're such showstoppers, when you look at them and you're like, that's like a dog, it's like a lot of a live critter.
Just because he says dog doesn't mean he wants to hear you.
Oh, shh.
So this would be our front room. This is, again, one of my favorite places. Gizmo.
Yeah, that's the ultimate place to unwind right there.
Yeah, so what we have going on here, this is built in the wall, dual 135s.
That is so cool. I love that tank of yours.
But this is my favorite fish in the house. This is my big boy, Paratilapia bleaker eye. He is absolute stunner.
I call him the starry night fish.
Yeah.
But he's a good 9 inches, so probably closing in on 10. He's every bit as big as this Oscar.
Now, they get like 18 or 20 inches, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you're starting to turn into a little photo bomber too, aren't you? I just got this little girl. She is so sweet.
She looks very little, Ken.
Well, she is. Oscar sense compared to that one, she's little.
Yeah.
And these are the only mouth-brooding Severum in the world.
Oh, yeah, those are beautiful.
Heros Lieberfers or something like that.
Cool little Severum. And then we got more baby Geophagus savannis in here.
Oh, they've got the little tail flare thing. What do you call them? I can't think of the name right now.
I think it's because the cichlids in here are a little nicer than the cichlids that are with the big ones downstairs, because the ones downstairs don't have them anymore. And then that's kind of something you don't see in the hobby a lot. This is what is called a dwarf giraffe cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are awesome. Those mixed with the jaguar catfish make one of my favorite. Like, if I had money, that's what I would keep, as I'd get a hybrid. And they do occur, I believe I was told they occur in the wild, the hybrid of those two also. The giraffe with the dwarf giraffe with the jaguar flathead catfish. That mix is a pretty cool one.
This is one of my favorite Synodontis I keep. This is the Synodontis decoris, it's called.
It's a big one, huh?
Yeah, that thing's huge.
About 12 inches long. And he's got spots and stripes. It's really cool.
And if you've been watching my channel, this is P. Of course, she always does it when I'm live streaming. She does the opposite side, but on the other side of her back tail, it's got a perfect P. That's why we named her that. Then this is one of my wife's favorite.
So Sieha.
We've got a male and a female. We're probably going to introduce them to each other probably in the next 6 months.
Wow.
Matter of fact, the male.
So when you breed something that big, I mean, do you have a tank you guys put them in that's just going to be them, or?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It'll be a one. On these guys, I'm thinking I'm going to do probably a minimum of 100, most likely a 125. Uh-oh, where is the mate at today?
Right there in front of you.
Oh,
straight in the middle. Yep.
There he is.
And so how much, like, what's the, can you give me the water parameters and water change schedule for that?
So our water out of the tap runs about 7.8 pH.
Oh, nice. For cichlids, that's nice.
Yeah, we actually have harder water than anybody in the area at all.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the other thing about these guys is we try to do them every other week. So they get a really big 70% water change every other week. And then also then the weeks that we're not doing the water change, we clean the filters because we don't want to do them both at the same time. Right.
That's a great idea. That's a really good point with a big tank, especially. That's great info.
Well, it takes us 6 weeks to do them. So all of the tanks.
These are some that Rusty Wessel discovered. These are Honduran red points.
I love Honduran red points. I had some that looked like that one on the left there that was hanging out. Yeah.
Then these little guys are probably going to be taken to a fish store and sold. They're pretty mean. They killed 4 of these guys the other day, Ami.
They are really mean, at least mine.
These are I forget the name. They're some kind of cousin to the Midas and Red Devils.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think they get too much bigger than this from what I've been told. I think they're only going to get to like 8 to 12 inches is all, but
there's kind of that body of like the Red Devil, the Green Terror, like there's kind of that body shape, the wolf and the jaguar fish, like that are all kind of that mean cichlid, you know.
And I don't know if you can see the nose of him right there in the crevice, but that is a Synodontis angelicus right there.
So that was Danny's favorite, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then I suppose I should show him your Ultima Angels, Dani, and I'll show him the Tetra Tank. Well, you can't come in
here.
All right, then I'll show him your Tetra Tank.
Okay. Well, it's all mulmy right now.
That's okay.
God forbid mulm. So this is the oldest tank at Daniken. This is the one she told you I picked up for her. It was a 75-gallon.
Wow.
She's had this going now for a little over 3 years, 3.5 years maybe.
Nice.
And she's done a good job with the plants in here. But we have like, I want to say 9 to 10 different species of tetra in here.
Are those the orange-eyed lemon tetras?
Yep.
Yeah, those are beautiful. I love those.
Actually, I think you talked about them in a video, and
I have some still.
Yeah, and I was like, I love those fish, so I literally went out and looked for them.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to find, but luckily, I'm sure the wet spot had them.
Yep.
And then those barbs are stunning. These are Rondo Barbs.
Oh man, yeah, those are great.
I love those barbs. They're so peaceful for a barb, and then I love those barbs.
And we got these little guys from Jason up at Redfish Bluefish. Little gold,
those are beautiful.
Gold neons.
Yeah. Their eyes are like little jewels.
Then these were the long fin neons we were telling you guys about that are available right now through Redfish Bluefish.
Yeah. You know, mine actually just went through getting ick and it's finally gone. I finally got rid of it. But they got it so bad in one day. I mean, they were covered because of all that finnage.
I found that on neons in general. When they get it, they get it hard.
Yeah. But they held on. I just turned it to 86 and they were fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone always dumps a ton of chemicals in tanks, and I'm always like, don't do that. Just, take a minute and find out if there's an easier way.
Right.
I know a lot of people probably would have killed that poor little girl back there. We've had her for 2.5 years with her little disability.
Oh.
And she doesn't seem to have a poor quality of life. She hangs with all of her little buddies, but somewhere when she was a baby, her spine got bent, and we don't have the heart as long as she's eating and doing everything. I mean,
yeah,
we don't tend to kill unless it's absolutely doesn't seem like they're happy.
I have a tank of misfit fish and / it's like my hospital tank kind of thing, and it's a 5-gallon that's not heated beyond the like 74 degrees or so which is fine, But
those tetras there are amazing. Those are the cherry reds.
Oh
Cherry
yeah,
tetras.
yeah. Man, you guys have so much access with Wet Spot. With they get the coolest stuff in there that you just won't see.
Solis half-beak male. He's cool.
Nice. So, have you had that one a while?
That half-beak?
Yeah.
We've had him for a little over a year. He's got
Wow.
2 females in here too. And then
And the killifish likes to hang out with him.
Yeah, the golden killie likes these golden killies. After this one passes, I think I'm done with them. I mean, they're real brutal to each other. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
this guy killed it. He's killed like 8 or 9 of them now. He also ate 3 of those little rainbow fish that you see him messing with right now.
Are those Luminatus or Ivanstoffs or what? Pseudomcgill.
Hey,
Yeah, they're Pseudomcgill luminatus.
Okay, yeah, those are beautiful. I just got. I mean, I have a couple older ones, but I just got another 6 young ones. So I'm gonna try spawning them again because I had all males somehow. Of the like 4 I had left, they were all male, of course.
and then this houses a whole array of things. This log. There's like 3 plecos that live inside this thing, and you can see the tail of one of the queen loaches.
Is that a
but they
Keebler
all
elf
hate-
I saw?
The
Yeah.
Keebler elf.
They all hang out in there, man. I don't get it. They tend to like to. That
I'm gonna end up
shush.
putting CO2 on that tank and trying to do
Yeah,
some stuff with the.
that's
the,
incredible. Yeah, that wood is just great in there.
Then this is our mating pair. They've mated twice for me so far. We've got the parrot tilapia bleaker eye. This is a pair that we have.
Oh right, yeah, I recall maybe 2 months ago or something.
Yep, and they bred about a month ago again. This time, and then of course I said the famous words, as soon as you do it again, I'm yanking your eggs, and they haven't bred since. So,
They heard you.
but those guys are fun. And then I'll take and show you guys, I guess, the Daniken tank. Well, of course, we could show you Terry, too. We love our Terry.
So now, are you putting anything in your tanks that are to bring the pH down at all, or do you just acclimate things to the pH?
We've found that we don't like to chase the pH.
Yeah, yeah.
The one thing that we found, I don't care, pH means nothing. If you keep good quality water, that's what they're more interested in than they are the pH. Unless you
Yeah.
want to breed them.
They might
I
not
agree.
breed in the harder water, but
Yeah, I totally agree. Same with illness. I mean, just consistency and cleanness and oxygen or moving, it seems to take care of most things.
But this is this is a Lake Daniken tank, but these are a rare Lake Victorian that are those long torpedo looking things.
See, these are the Rift Lake cichlids. I honestly just don't know the Latin names of and things, and that's something like I need to learn. It's just I've never had the opportunity to really keep a big tank that I'd want to of them. I can.
Now you got the house, so
I know.
now you can do.
That's why I
all
feel
kinds
like
of cool
obligated. My
I'd
wife was
say out of
saying
the
we
3
should.
Rift Lakes, Lake Daniken is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I think so. Me too. Just for the diversity in that lake is pretty incredible.
what's your wife saying,
Oh,
Alex?
she was saying, "Oh, let's get a hot tub," and I said, "Well, you know how much work that is." And she's like, "What are you talking about work? You've got fish tanks." And I said, "Well, if we're gonna spend the money to heat something to 120 or 115 degrees or whatever, I'd rather heat like 3 times the volume outside to like 70 degrees." And just have a bunch of tanks out in a shed or something. And she didn't like that answer at all. But
Danny just did this one.
nice.
And there's a little pea puffer in here that calls this home. I don't know
Gotta
where
love
there he
pea
is.
puffers.
He's hanging in the back there.
I'm surprised
This is-
there's any snails alive with him.
Well, we just put him in here today, Alex.
Oh, okay.
Danny likes to. I will show you what I did for Danny. Well, I've got you guys.
Oh yeah.
So she told me she wanted Dragonstone. Well, all I'm thinking is 100 tanks, right? Or whatever. So I bought her some Dragonstone, dude. I just kept.
Holy cow.
Okay, that's only part of it.
There's some more here. She thinks I went overboard, Alex.
He bought me 400 pounds.
And then that place I went to, I got a real.
Oh man!
I just got a great deal on this Mapani wood. All this I got was for free.
Holy cow! Wow. I mean, that alone just paid for the stone. If you were to flip it.
Yeah. Oh, Dani's a hoarder, dude. She ain't never gonna let me flip anything. She is an absolute. She should be on the TV show Hoarders. And then I'll show you guys what I keep talking about a studio. So this is Dani's. Oh God, dog. Well, that would be Shiva demanding to be down here with me.
Oh, whoops,
so this is our studio. This is where that 300-gallon tank's going to be. The Altum Angels that are up in my wife's room up there. We have 15 Altum Angels that will be put in here. And then from that, either side is going to be dual rack 135s.
Wow.
And then here in the center somewhere is going to be my desk, and this is going to be my new studio, and I'm going to put cameras in every corner.
Cool.
And then here I envision that one day having a 500-plus Stingray tank right here.
That would be nice. Would you consider building something like that, like like Joey?
I'm starting to think that. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to have to do. But that's the 300. As you can see, we've been buffing on it. It's just about ready where we can finally get the thing up where it belongs.
Yep. We're
going to have a party. Now, this little guy here, and this is, as you can tell, our backyard do-it-all table.
Man,
but
your house is like a labyrinth. I just feel like I went on a journey.
But this right here, I don't like sumps, so I'm going to turn this guy into like a 100-gallon little shrimp tank for my wife.
It's 8 feet long.
Oh, wow.
But I think that would be just a cool, shrimpscape,
No, I
have
totally
to polish
agree.
it up. And then I'll show you guys our little critters. So we keep these 2 ponds going year round. Now, it's not made for dogs drinking. Oh, you sick dog. But I don't know if you guys can see, I was out here before we started streaming, Alex. I got actual bloodworms in here today.
Oh, nice. Did they just show up or
yeah.
Yeah.
So in this little one here, I've got Daffia, bloodworms, and mosquito larvae.
Nice. Your neighbors must love that.
Well, what they don't know doesn't hurt them. You know how that goes.
I don't know if that's how malaria works.
You can't get malaria in the United States.
True. It's been eradicated. You used to get it in the South really easily.
The one that went through a couple years back, but you could take it off of me now, buddy.
Okay.
Like I said, it would be an all-day affair if I showed them everything.
Right. No, thank you so much for sharing that. Let's pop back into that's egotistic of me. I would not class anybody would think you're egotistical there, Alex. That'd be the last thing I would use to describe you. All right. So do we have any questions in the chat while we've got these lovely guests? Because it seems like now we've gotten to know you guys a little bit and gotten to see some of the incredible fish you guys keep. So people can follow your channel if they want to see quote unquote real fish, as people say on forums when I show my nano tanks.
I love
like I said, we have our share of nanos too.
Sure.
One thing about us that makes us unique from a lot of channels is you have 2 different personalities with 2 different tastes here.
Yeah.
Dani's more of your nano. She likes that type of stuff. The shrimp, like we have 9 lines of shrimp in this house, and I don't know how many lines of guppies and other little small fish. I have 1 nano tank to my name, and that's it. Everything else, if it's not cichlid or something different, it's Dani's.
Gotcha.
Whatever. I think he exaggerates.
I think I did a count last. I think I got like 11 tanks out of the 75.
He's so full of
so that's 64 to you.
I think he doth exaggerate.
Yeah. Thou doth protest too much.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Looks like we have a couple people who just popped in. I see Rico Stan and let's see here. I also saw, who was it that Mary just popped in. Hello guys.
What's up, Mary?
Welcome.
And I do apologize, guys. I haven't been able to keep up with the chat because I've been on a phone. It's a little more fun trying to show and then keep up with chat.
Yeah. Right now, I'm operating it from my phone because I hate myself, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm doing it from the phone rather than the laptop. I did this stream the other day where I tried to share my computer screen and like show how I do research. None of the pop-up windows would show, and half of the stuff I had to do that way. And so the second half of it is just like unwatch. I mean, it's not unwatchable, but there you just see the same screen and I'm talking, and nothing on the screen is what they're looking at, like same thing the whole time. So that didn't go so smooth. So I just went back to the phone.
Was that the day you were experimenting live?
Yeah.
Let's listen.
Yeah, Danny and I haven't really messed with the share screening stuff and all that either.
Yeah. I guess I used to be like the tech guy out of my family and friends, and I guess then the year 2000 passed and that stopped being the case. So if it's not on a zip drive or something, I probably am lost now.
Too fun.
Well, let's see here. See if we've got any questions. Guys, got any questions? Other than that, though, I've had a nice chat. I know you guys have previous engagement coming up.
Yeah, that's for the new series I'm doing with Scott with King and Queen Cichlids. We're getting ready to shoot our 3rd episode. So
nice.
If you guys haven't checked out the Fish Heads yet, on Friday mornings, 9 p.m. Pacific, check us out. It's fun.
Kenny, is there a channel you don't have your hands in?
Buddy, I love talking fish anytime I can get a chance, and I love the fish community.
Yeah.
So I admit I get out there. I do Wednesday nights with Rob 93, and then the cichlid thing I couldn't pass up to work with Scott because he is Mr. You know, I love the way he puts a spin on a video, dude. He is like the world's most awesome editor I've ever seen.
Yeah,
so,
I envy that too. You know, man.
Sometimes I'm
like. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I edited again, because when that was a newer thing on computers, you know, like I remember in high school I was really into it when that was the new software came out where it was digital rather than actually using film and stuff. And I'm right at that age, kind of in between the two, you know. Right. And so I was right on the cutting edge and had a lot of fun with that, and then just kind of fell behind and then have never caught myself back up.
Is when I did that Fish Fam tour, I thought I'd try to be all creative when I got back, and I dropped some music on some of my videos, and I even cut them up so they made sense. My community hated it. They're like, we like it better when you're talking.
Yeah.
So I guess if you start your community on the edited cool stuff, they'll love it, but if you don't, then you try to go to it, your current community is like, whoa, I'm here because you're not that guy, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like a double-edged sword, you know?
I spent some time with, his name's also Alex, but from Tank Tested, if you've ever seen that channel.
Oh yeah. Alex. Yes.
Yeah. And where he spends, I mean, like to tour like Aquarium Zen, he requested to close down the store. He brought in probably $10,000 worth of lights and filming equipment and GoPros and 3 different audio recorders, and and then he edits for like 2 months, like so. And I'm not being like facetious or anything.
No.
Like that's literally how he is,
that professional.
Yeah, because I mean, he did it for Nat Geo and Discovery Channel. He did nature documentary stuff. And then the other thing he did, I think, was like, this isn't the actual show, but it was like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's like his resume is like, the majestic Lions of Africa and like the Serengeti and then like Real Housewives of whatever. But I spent a little bit of time with him, and, you know, he was like, oh, you know, you just sync up your soundtracks like this, and you just bring an old phone and use an audio recording app. And so I did that when I went down to Florida for a couple videos when I was in the Blue Water Springs and the Blue Holes there. And some of those videos, I don't think they got over like 300 views. They just never went anywhere. And I spent, you know, hours and hours and hours editing a couple of them. And then the ones that were just live stream vlogs where I'm like, hey, I'm going to walk through this park real quick. You know, there's like 4,000 views or something.
Well, that's what got me hooked on your channel, because we never know. One of my favorite videos you ever did is when you were up collecting mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I dig that. I thought that was very interesting. And I'm like, ooh. So now, believe it or not, I'll be out in the wilderness and I can look and say, okay, Alex said I can eat that one.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. That's what that was for. Yeah. Happy holidays on that note. Yeah, you know, I actually thought about doing, I know a lot of things a little bit, you know, and because I get interested and then enough to then move on and to the next thing.
That's this one.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. And so I thought about doing like nature walks and stuff, and then trying to like go home and like make sure I get the Latin name in the corner or something, you know, if I'm off or something. But I don't know. I had toyed with doing a second channel or just integrating it, but I try to keep it like in theory about fish. But the mushroom thing was just that too many people were like, "Oh, we want to see the mushrooms." So, you know, I figured I'll probably do that in the fall again too, because cool. people had a good time. Just and
Dani and I, we're going to incorporate many things into our channel. I mean, yes, we're fish people. That is our primary deal. But, you know, like I go walleye fishing all the time out on this beautiful river.
Yeah.
You know, and then you of all people know, we're in the Pacific Northwest, man.
So much to do.
So many cool things to show them. Like I could show them Anoma Falls. I can show them the dam where the big 14-foot sturgeon are with the viewing tank. And then when the salmon are running, show them the salmon viewing station. I mean, like I said, it's never ending, the glory that is in this Pacific Northwest. I mean, it's
I know. The other thing, people don't get it either if they haven't lived up here, and even some people who've lived up here still don't get it. But I mean, we're really, you guys and Seattle, kind of everywhere in between the two spots, Vancouver to Eugene, kind of. I mean, you can go 3 hours east and you're in blazing hot desert for, you know, most of the year, or really cold winter if you're over there. And then if you go west in most spots, you hit coastal, you know, rainforests or tall trees or sequoias, or, you know, just depending where you are, cedars. And I mean, people just there, when I went and did a tour of the Walla Walla, little local fish store there when I was in Walla Walla, people were like, it's 108 degrees. Where are you? You know, and see all the rocks and like no plants, and everyone guessed when I put a picture up that it was Arizona. And I was like, no, that's as far north as Maine, actually. It's just, the Northwest, you know, people just think of our little strip along the mountains and the water, you know, but it's a pretty magical place when you get that. And then up here, we've got all the San Juan Islands and stuff too that you can go throughout. So, cool.
Jason's Island is pretty cool too. I dig going out on that.
Would be. Yeah, that's the second longest island in the country.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like 79 or something like that, 82 miles long. Depends on how you measure it, but Long Island, go figure, is the longest in the contiguous United States. That is, I think Alaska has a bunch that are longer, but and there's some longer barrier islands that are, you know, sandbars that just go forever in like South Carolina or something. But that, I don't count that if it doesn't have solid land. Well, I'll let you guys go because I don't want you to be late for the other show. But thank you so much, you guys, for coming again. And if I could get the mods to maybe toss up one more time your links. I know they've been doing that, and I appreciate that.
I sure appreciate you having us, bud. We had a blast, as always.
And
got to get your butt down to Oregon soon.
Yeah, well, you know what? I get my next shot tomorrow. That's the last of them. And
I get my first tomorrow.
All right. Well, you can call and make fun of how miserable I'll probably be, you know, because
I'm going to take a few days off.
Yeah, knowing my luck, I'll be the person who you know gets leveled from it, but maybe not. We'll see. So,
well, you are the person who got hit by lightning. I mean,
yeah,
you know, what are the chances?
People, I mean,
with your luck, dude, I would be playing lottery every night.
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I did what was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I bought a not $4, a $2 scratch ticket, and I won like $10. So then I went in, got $5, put it in my pocket, and then I won 50. So then I went back in, put like $40 in my pocket, bought a $10 ticket. Then I won $100. And the guy at the gas station was just like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Like he's like, you know. And then I went home and told my wife, and she's like, "Let's go spend all the rest of the money on real lotto tickets now." You know, she's like, "You deserve it after everything." And I stopped her, but you know, there are times when I do just want to just put it all on black or whatever and just say, you know, 43 or whatever. Yeah, it's if it can happen. I mean, there's just so many weird things that have happened, like when I'm visiting, like the bad stuff that happened in Paris, the attacks and stuff, like was 2 days after I left, and it was at the cafe that we were staying. I mean, like there's if you knew all the things in my life that have been near misses, it's just insane. So I'm always very grateful and always just kind of like, is this real life, you know? But thank you so much, guys, for coming.
It was a pleasure, man.
Again, if you guys want to check out their channel, they're awesome people. Great info, very knowledgeable, and very kind. And they'll sell you fish too, apparently. So
well, the other thing too, I'll let them know, Alex. We are in the process of trying to get to 2,000 subscribers.
Yes,
and when we do reach that goal, the first stream after that, we are having 4 giveaways. One of which is going to be a $50 gift certificate to LRB.com.
Okay.
Lucas Bretz. One's going to be to Jason, Redfish, Bluefish.
Okay.
And the other is going to be at Dan's Fish, all $50 gifts to us. And then we're also going to be giving away 2 pounds of Dragonstone, if you can believe that. I've got plenty of Dragonstone. So.
2 pounds?
Well, 2 pounds we're going to give away.
More than 2 pounds.
I was going to say, can you even break it up that small, Ken? It looks like you've got like 50-pound chunks out there or something.
I do. I have one that's like 30 pounds, one piece.
That's awesome.
Well, a good piece, whatever. I was thinking it was 2 pounds, whatever. It's about like that, by about like that.
No, that's awesome. So, yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, if you're from my channel and you don't know who these lovely folks are, at least go check out their channel and give it a shot. And I think you'll enjoy it. And how close are you guys to 2,000?
I think we're less than like 120 or so.
All right. Well, let's try to get you across. Let's try to get you across that line. We'll push for it this week. So I bet we can get there by the end of the month for sure.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming and sharing your time with us. And if, like I said, let's try to get them across the finish line on that goal, if you don't mind. And to everyone else, I'll be live again on Saturday. Should have a couple videos coming out between now and then. And again, yeah, as Rigel always is a step ahead of me, but thank you so much, Kenny and Dani, Daniken Aquatics, and the chatters, the lurkers, the super chatters, and mods, of course. You guys are my rock stars. So thank you so much. I'll talk to everybody again soon, and have a great week, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Love your fish.
Yeah.